Draymond, I know it wasn't Steph's best game, but he almost had a triple-double in this one. How good has he been?
Triple-double.
You're used to those. How good has he been at the beginning of this season? Is he peaking? How does he compare to these?
Peaking?
Yeah. His numbers are crazy.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've seen crazier.
In terms of how
however,
he's playing.
he's been playing well. But yeah, I've seen him do way more. Peaking, that's just ridiculous to say. Advanced numbers.
Yeah.
Peaking?
We saw. I thought it was the best offensive season ever 2 years ago.
Yeah, but peaking though.
Plus 14 a game. True shooting percentage is out.
Plus 14, like his plus minus. I think he got the highest plus minus in the season in NBA history.
Yeah, and he's gonna beat it.
All right, peaking. That's just ridiculous to say, bro.
All right.
Did Nick Young need the game that he had tonight, you think?
I wouldn't necessarily say needed it. Obviously it's good to, see the ball go through the rim. Man, it's hot in here. See the ball go through the rim.
How about the defense?
But the defense was incredible. And, he brought some energy to the game. He came up with several steals, and 4 assists got to be a career high for Nick. So 5 assists.
One off.
See, peaking. Yeah. It was good to see him get out there and have a good game, especially with KD out. We needed someone to step up, and he did that, and it wasn't scoring. He, like I said, he brought the energy. He brought great defense, finding guys for open shot, did things in the rhythm, in the flow of the game, and that was good for us.
Draymond, what were you thinking in that first quarter when you guys were playing pretty ugly basketball for a while there, turnovers everywhere, and how did you guys pull it together later than that, after that?
I knew eventually we would put it together. Even when we were playing the ugly basketball, I think the most points we got on was 4 or 6. We were right there. So we just needed to take care of the ball, and once we did that, we were playing good defense. Even with our offensive struggles and all our turnovers, which they scored off majority of them in the first quarter, they still had 22 points at the end of that quarter. So I knew, we would come around and get it together. And once we did, if we continued to defend the same way we were when we were struggling with the turnovers, that we would be able to pull away in this game.
Draymond, Steve mentioned these last 5 games. He's really been pleased with the defense. How far do you think you guys have come?
Yeah, our defense is definitely peaking. It's finally come along. After. And finally, I think the first 6, 7 games we were pretty terrible on the defensive end, but we started to put it together. I think we're taking more ownership in one-on-one defense, and with that, it allows the help side to be there. If you give up straight line drives, I don't care who you are, there's no help for that. And but you make your guy turn once or twice, the help side can get there, and then all of a sudden we're flying around. And so I think, that's the most important thing is we've just locked in more, in one-on-one defense and taking on the challenge, and then everything else kind of falls into place. My interview has peaked.
Steph, how are you peaking right now?
I know it's over after this year, right?
Now, in terms of going into this season, it's clear you came in with something, I guess, to prove. I don't know. You seem to be playing really well, even on a night like tonight when probably wasn't your best night of the season. You had almost a triple-double. Has something been different? Is it just in the flow and the natural progression of your game? What's changed this year?
I try to get better every year, and obviously that's the mission. That's what we're all trying to do. Nobody wants to be content in this league. Nobody wants to just be the same player. And you use all the experiences that you had throughout your career to kind of put that formula together. So, blessed to say I'm healthy. Got great teammates, great organization, great momentum. Over the summer that I was able to build off of, and yeah, feeling pretty good.
Steph, do you feel like your shot is on yet, or do you still feel like that's a process right now for you?
No, I want to shoot better. I missed some shots tonight I felt like I could make, but it's a long season, so you don't really get too high or too low on that. 82 games, you feel like things will kind of average out, and there's gonna be some ups and downs, and you just kind of roll with it. But I always have confidence, and every shot I take is gonna go in, and kind of rely on that.
First half, we probably just threw away 5 passes without even thinking, just throwing it to the other team, and that led. I think they had like 15 points off our turnovers. So third quarter, we just took care of the ball, and when we do that, because of our talent and because of the pressure Steph can put on the defense at the point of attack, then the ball starts to really move. And you saw how beautiful that was in the second half. We had 37 assists total, and so it's all about taking care of the ball and defending. And the defense part, I'm really pleased with. I think it's about the 5th straight really good defensive effort we've had, so that's a great sign.
Steve, you look at Steph's game and 5 turnovers in the first half. He's kind of throwing the ball around. It wasn't his best game, and then you look at the box score, and he almost has a triple-double. Do you feel like, obviously he's had a great start to the season, but do you almost feel like we're kind of taking him for granted? He's been so good and so good for so many years now.
I don't know. I mean, we marvel at what he does every single night, but I think part of the package with Steph is that he's so fluid and loose, which makes him great. But it also means some games he'll just throw the ball to the other team, a couple times, and you're like, what is that? And he comes to the sidelines. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And but what he does in every area, really, defensively, offensively, is just so forceful that you live with a few turnovers, and you hope that he makes better decisions, which he did in the second half. But the guy is just it's just stunning, really, with the impact he makes. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, there's obviously been so many great players in this league who have dominated, and you think about Michael Jordan immediately, or Larry Bird, or Magic, and Shaq. What he did to the defense. You had to pay so much attention to him, and Steph is similar, but in a different way from everybody else. And I've never seen anybody put that much pressure on the defense 35 feet from the hoop and generate the spacing and the pace and the chaos that ensues defensively once he gets going towards the rim. So everything we do, starts with Steph, and he's brilliant. So if he wants to throw the ball to the other team a couple times, we're okay with it.